the information on the show. So if you dig them, make it count. Caller 13, these tickets are yours. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
When the world just seems too crazy.
Gaze into the eyes of a child, because you'll probably find a booger. And man, is that a hoot. The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
Cavaliers start the regular season Wednesday night in Orlando to play the Magic, and then they come home, start the season here at the Romo Fijo on Saturday. And we'll be partying down the street. The Alan Cox Show, just the tip off. Pre-party back at the Clevelander, 6 to 8 on Saturday with Budweiser. So we're going to have 5 pair of tickets for Saturday's home opener against the Indiana Pacers. So if you want to get your pre-party on, come down, join us just down the street from the venue. 6 to 8 will be posted up at the Clevelander with Budweiser. We're going to be tossing shaving cream balloons into the hoop on Poundcake's head. How many will they have to make?
I think it will
to
be
get
whoever
tickets?
makes the most.
Makes the most.
Right.
In a certain amount of time.
Yeah, we'll give them a short amount of time, probably 30 seconds. And do as many as you can, and it'll be messy good times.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Poundcake's going to have a fun time.
Yeah, he'll have a good time. We'll see to that.
Because we'll have a good time, and if we have a good time, then he has a good time.
He has to have a good time.
When he wore the shot collar, he liked it because we enjoyed it.
Yes.
He just wants everybody to have fun, even if it's at his expense.
At his expense. Well, you know what they say, Bill. Fun is contagious. Do they say that? I don't know. I know herpes is.
I know I got my fun shot earlier this year.
Yeah, herpes is not fun from what I understand. The Astros beat the Yankees and are going to the World Series to play the Washington Nationals. Astros are going back with Justin Verlander, with Yan Gomes, or is he on the Nationals?
He's on the Nationals.
He's on the Nationals. Michael Brantley's with the Astros. And a lot of people just didn't want to see New York go to the World Series. So they might not care about the Houston Astros, but they definitely care that the Yankees are not going in.
Altuve has just sent the Astros to the World Series.
New York had tied the game in the 9th inning. Jose Altuve hits a walk-off homer. That's how you want to do it. Now imagine being married to his wife. I don't know who Mrs. Jose Altuve is, but he was flailing wildly to signal to his teammates that he didn't want them to tear his jersey off as he was coming into home plate. Because last time, his wife got mad.
What?
Imagine that.
Why?
You're like, I don't know. I would love the rest of this story.
She's like, I want to do it.
Did you ask your teammates not to tear your shirt? Why was that?
I don't know. I'm too shy. Last time they did that, I got in trouble with my wife.
Yeah, I'm too shy. And then he tells the real story. I got in trouble with my wife. With being shirtless.
Being shirtless on TV for millions of people to see. And then she's like, oh, all these thoughts are going to come after him.
I'm going to the World Series, baby. It's tradition.
Yeah, let me
Tear
celebrate.
the jersey off. Why doesn't he wear a T-shirt underneath it?
Does he have a nice body?
They're going to tear his wife must think so. She doesn't want other people seeing it.
What's this guy's name?
Jose Altuve.
Okay.
Very accomplished ball player with the Houston Astros. Going to the World Series.
Exciting.
There you go.
Go Nationals. That's all I got to say about this World Series.
You don't want the Astros to win again,
No.
right? Yeah.
They've had some wins.
Yep.
Time for the Nationals to get one.
There you go. Altuve's been with the Astros his whole career, and he is no joke, boy. He's an MVP. And
two very good teams, though.
Yes, two very good teams. So I would probably root for the Nationals, too, I think, because they haven't been there in...
Yeah, they're more of the underdog story.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, he does have a nice body. I would be pissed if...
Did you Google Jose Altuve shirtless?
Absolutely, I did. Oh,
all right.
Yes.
And you're pleased with the result?
No reason to be shy.
Well, there you go.
Ooh.
He's like,
calm down. You're at work.
He's very excited. He's all horned up. Give Poundcake a minute here to Soak it all in. Yeah, when Jose Altuve got drafted by the Astros like almost 10 years ago, they signed him for $15 grand. And as I understand it, he makes a skosh more money now. But that was a pretty good investment on their part. I got another $1,000 for you here in a minute, just to give you the heads up on that. 30 past every hour. Most of the day during the week, you can get yourself $1,000 to go fund yourself. A.K.A. Becky.
Hello?
What's up?
Not too much, just working on some wood.
Working on some wood. So
What's
it's
his name?
Poundcake. He's looking at those Jose Altuve shirtless photos.
Keep your fingers clear, Becky.
There you go.
No, I know that. No, I do intarsia, scroll saw, all kinds of different parts with wood.
Yeah, okay. What are you working on now?
It's a falcon.
A falcon. Is it a Maltese falcon? Is it a peregrine falcon? Have you nailed that down?
Well, no, they didn't really name it. They just said falcon.
Oh, this is commissioned.
No.
Who's they?
No.
Who said falcon?
The magazine. It's called Woodworks.
Yeah.
They put patterns in their magazines.
Oh, you're doing, I see. You're doing something you're replicating something in a magazine.
Yes.
I see. I thought someone had asked you to, like, do a falcon for them or something.
Well, I can. If I got patterns, I can do anything. Understood.
Okay. You know, you might recall Toyota used to have a car called the Tercel. You remember the Toyota Tercel?
No, I do
well,
not.
Tercel means falcon.
Do you remember the Thunder Cougar Falcon Bird?
All I know is Toyota is a really good motor, and if you can get your hands on one, keep it.
I had my hands on one. It was in the car I was driving.
What does that mean?
You said Toyota for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time. Toyotas, boy, you can drive them into the ground.
Oh, yes, definitely, because my husband, he had two. One got to 500,000 miles.
Look at that. That's $500,000 by my count.
Exactly.
Right.
I know.
Listen, Becky, as enthralling as this is, I assume you didn't call me to discuss Toyota Motors.
No. I did have a complaint, but now that you've calmed me down, I won't complain.
I calmed you down. No, I want to hear the complaint because I feel like you always have the same complaint of me.
It is.
Oh, geez, I heard that.
Well, yeah, you heard it. You said it to a microphone.
What's the complaint, Becky?
I just asked Poundcake, are you having fun? He goes, yeah, I'm having a blast. I'm like, I'm not. And I'm like, then I started rattling, and I said, you guys still won't talk to your listeners, your radio listeners. You won't call them. You tell them the text. You throw out that text number all the time.
Becky, you know how I can show you that you're wrong?
Okay, I'm listening.
I'm talking to you right now on the air.
I understand.
Like I always do. You don't get the irony at all of constantly complaining to me that I don't ever talk to the listeners on the phone when you tell me that on the phone.
Well, no, I'm talking about other listeners, not just me.
So what
yes,
do you?
I would rather talk to other listeners as well.
Becky, why do you care who I talk to? Let me handle that. I know what I'm doing.
Are you telling me I'm the only listener that calls? I don't believe that.
You're not. But what do you care who I talk to?
Because I like to hear other people's opinions about a subject.
And when I have other people's opinions on subjects that interest me, that's all you got to concern yourself with. Does it interest Alan? And if it doesn't, it's not a person I'm going to talk to. If it does, which is 90% of the time, yes. But I don't know why you care.
It's very strange.
Are you saying I'm not enough for you, Becky? You're telling me I'm not enough for you.
Do you want people to call in and tell us what they think of Poundcake's barber?
You're a regular caller, and I appreciate that, and I can only infer that you listen regularly. You're telling me I'm not enough for you.
No,
you're saying Alan. You're saying Alan. You as however successful you've been in this business, and you've been almost 10 years in Cleveland, right? You're not enough for me, Alan.
That's true.
Even my husband said yesterday, we were listening. I said, have you listened to Alan Cox Show? It took me a long time to get him to listen to radio talk. And he goes, yeah, his show got boring. I said, how so? I wanted to know his take on it. He goes, well, they just talk to each other and they don't talk to other people.
It's a talk show.
It's a talk show. We talk to each other.
I have people texting me all. First of all, I don't control if people call me, right?
Right.
Second of all, I talk to people all the time by responding to their texts. Again, I'll reiterate,
Twitter.
I'm talking to you right now.
Okay, I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. I do appreciate it.
But maybe I'll stop.
How?
Maybe I'll fulfill. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Maybe I'll just prove you right.
Am I blacklisted now?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, I mean, and by the way, Becky, I love you, but it's not like you've ever given me some amazing content to work with. You call me to either complain that I don't talk to other people, which who can control that, or you complain that Poundcake talks about gay stuff when he's a gay man. You've never complained that Bill and I talk about hetero stuff too much.
Because
you're a hetero woman with a gay son, and you're 50-50 on that equation. I understand it, but I've never given you a hard time for giving me crappy calls, because it's not your job to entertain the audience. That's my job,
I
take it seriously. So I don't grab any dope who might be sitting on hold.
Okay.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. The question remains: why do you care?
Because I remember how the show used to be when Erica was on.
We didn't take any more callers when Erica was on than I do now.
I beg to differ, but okay.
I'm sure you do. That's your thesis. But I'm telling you, who would know better, you or me, about how my show works?
You, of course.
Me, of course. So I don't understand why you care. See, here's some rando blather on about something.
Well, I don't know. Give me something interesting to talk about.
You called me. I'm not here to give you interesting stuff to talk about. You're supposed to have something interesting when you call me.
I thought I did, but okay. I don't the only person that feels like this.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Becky. You and your husband. I got it. You both feel the same way. Fine. But you still listen.
Yeah.
I like when one person purports to speak for the whole audience.
Oh, yeah,
a lot of people think this. Whatever. Go ahead, John. John, go ahead.
John.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to say, a.k.a. Becky, that other people call in, and you clearly answered for me, so I don't see how she could be complaining.
What do you say to that, Becky?
This is riveting, by the way.
Yeah, I know, right?
Great content, Becky. Thanks a lot.
Right. Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah.
What's up?
I just want to say I love the show. And most of the time, I'm glad you guys don't answer when I call in. So.
Jeremy's like, I normally have nothing to say, but this time, yeah. So why did you call in this time, Jeremy?
Oh, just to help you guys break Becky's balls.
I'm not trying to break her balls. I'm really not. That's not really, I'm just curious why she cares if I'm picking up other phone lines.
Just her spirit.
I have no idea. Like I was telling Poundcake when he answered the phone, this is probably the first time in a year I've gotten through, but that doesn't break my heart any because you've obviously got other shit to talk about.
All right. All right. Thank you, Jeremy.
And this is why we don't talk to listeners.
And this is why I don't take calls, because they forget that they're not talking in their living room, Becky.
Talking about triple burn. Okay, you burned me.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, thank you, Becky. I got to go here. Thank you. All right. A.K.A. Becky, who's always complaining about something. Mm-hmm. God bless.
It's actually
like if you don't like it, listen to something else.
And there's nothing we can do. Erica is not well. We can't have her come back on.
But it's
and
not
then
even
have people
about
call.
that. It's not even about that. She's making something up.
Yeah.
That
she wants attention.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. Whatever.
You know what? She should want $1,000.
Hey, look at that! And I've got it. Good luck.
Hey, it's Rover. Go fund yourself. We have your shot at $1,000 now. Text the nationwide keyword ROCK to the number 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info, standard data, and message rate supply in this nationwide contest. That's ROCK to 200-200. Good luck and go fund yourself from 100.7 WMMS.
Speaking of phone calls, if you get a phone call from the 513 area code, answer it, because that could mean you won $1,000. Right?
There you go. That's right.
513 or 512?
513.
513.
What area code is 513?
It's the Cincinnati area.
Yeah. Mm.
I don't know why that's the area code, but that's what it is. Hey, Mac.
Get off the speakerphone, homie. What are you doing? I told you to take off speakerphone.
What's going on, Mac?
My thing is, I've called you guys and harassed you guys for 6 months straight. You guys are not that hard to get a hold of if you pick up the phone. I'll give you guys that.
Well, listen,
You know what?
I'll say this. It's less about picking up, to Becky's point, it's less about me talking to people. Poundcake is just good at screening calls. He can tell
great.
when somebody's got nothing or, that's why he's in there. So I don't have to put somebody on my air and then find out they blow.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Before, you guys would just put me on. And now that you guys got Poundcake, there's been a few times that he's been like, yeah, I don't know. Totally
Right.
fair.
That's his job.
And he does well.
And he's doing it.
He can tell when I am coming with a fire take or if I'm going to suck that day. And he tells me,
Right.
yeah, all right.
He's got a sixth sense.
I'm still 50-50 on this call, by the way.
Yeah.
No, but listen,
I want to hear some of your fire takes.
give us a fire take, Mac.
I just want to throw this out there. I am a big Bill Squire fan. I've ran into him at Coles over in the Westwood a couple of times.
The Coles. I'll tell you what, he was great in Coles.
yeah.
He was doing a tight five over in the ties.
I do some of my best work at Kohl's.
He really does, yeah.
And you know what, Kohl's? Good place to take a dump if you're out in public.
Absolutely. Bill he's funniest
Well,
by
no,
the
you know
bread
what?
makers.
No, Coles has got that sandpaper toilet paper. It's definitely,
But it's
definitely,
it's clean
some,
and it's like
refreshing.
off. Like it's always nice and clean. It's not the best toilet paper, but
sandpaper.
And the store's never overcrowded.
yeah. But in most public restrooms, you're going to get a situation like that where they have
You know, how
crappy
about-
toilet paper.
You got to keep a roll in the glove box. You got to. You never know.
An emergency roll.
That's not a bad little bit of advice.
But then
that's
you're
a fire take right there.
But then you're
walks
walking
into
into a
Kohl's?
store with a roll of
Exactly.
toilet
Yeah,
paper.
you put a wad in your pocket and you go upstairs. And
What?
Get
You
things
don't know,
done.
You don't know how much you're going to need. A wad.
A nice big
Yeah,
wad.
you just keep a whole roll. Okay.
It's wrapped around his body like Midnight Express.
You got to unwind yourself.
He's smuggling heroin. It's like when Kramer gets his tux ripped and he goes into the charity event. All right, thank you, Mac. All right, there's thank you,
This
Mac.
is a thing
There's
that
Mac.
you do, Bill? You go into department stores and just set fire?
No. If I have to take a dump in public, especially this is something that I do on the road a lot. If I knew there was like a shopping center coming up, Kohl's is a place that I would go to because they usually had a nice toilet that was, off the beaten path of the store, and it's usually very clean. So that's one of my favorite places to take a dump in public.
Good to know.
Is Kohl's.
You should develop an app.
That tells the best toilets?
The best retail establishments if you have to take an emergency dump.
I think it's out there.
Wow.
I think there might be one of those.
The emergency dump app. Mm-hmm. You say, here's where I am. It geotags you. Here's where I am. Where is the nearest amazing, clean, comfortable dump?
Wasn't this on, what's it called? Curb Your Enthusiasm. This was George's app.
Right, to find the best, the closest public bathroom to you.
That's clean.
Yeah, that's clean. And then his wife divorced him and took all his money.
Dumper.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's called Dumper, but
no,
it's a good name for it.
It's called like iPoo or something,
Yeah.
or I forget how they refer to it.
iToilet.
But yeah, iToilet. There you go.
We talked about a story like how that's a major problem.
Major problem?
Yeah.
Major problem.
In big cities like San Francisco, like they have to time their public restrooms, something like that, because otherwise people will live in them.
Well, they'll live in them, and then but they also have to keep them accessible because otherwise people will just poop on the street. So it's a double-edged sword. You either let people use your restrooms, or people start just taking dumps on the street.
By the way, speaking of San Francisco, my roommate told me that another side effect of global warming or climate change is that tarantula mating season is a lot longer. So
more tarantulas
running around San Francisco. They said right now,
terrifying.
Tarantula mating season is longer.
They are mating and at a rapid pace, and they stay alive a lot longer now. Oh,
I'm telling you,
I mean, you can see that here too. I mean, we don't have tarantulas, but spiders have gotten way worse the past few years.
There are going to be 1,000 unknown consequences of what's going on. It's not just water levels. It's not just temperature. It's going to be a crazy time.
Yes, I can't think of anything worse.
infestation
I can't think of
yeah.
anything worse. I'd rather be hit by a hurricane than
just
have
wait.
a bunch of tarantulas surrounding my house.
If you just wait, something worse will present itself. And then you go, God, why couldn't we just have more tarantula babies running around? It's going to make tarantula mating season look like a walk in the park.
Absolutely nothing worse.
Nothing worse than a tarantula?
No.
All right.
Way
You gonna
not
write
worse.
that down for punishment?
Absolutely not. Nope, I'll quit. Absolutely not.
You just have to kiss one on the mouth.
Absolutely not. I'll quit.
Kiss one on the mouth. If you can find it.
I'd be like, Trev, you need a phone screener?
He doesn't.
Yeah, right.
He doesn't need it. He doesn't need me. Nor would he hire me.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Poundcake, what's going on there?
All right. Let me break here. 35192, you want to text? If you want to call, hey, maybe we'll put you on. I'll have blood prison passes for you. I want to get you down to Mansfield for Halloween, too. Get you to the Nikki Glazer show, Joe Rogan later on as well, if you want to see either of those guys when they're in town. 35192 to text back after these.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7